Hi everyone, it's Gordon. Today we're going to talk about part 2 of solution selling. And with that I want to talk about the buyer's influence concept. The buyer's influence concept is a critical component to actually solution selling. This is actually the mindset of the person you're trying to sell to. Okay, so let's say the economic buying influence, they have all these challenges, all these problems going on. You need to be able to extrapolate that from them to be able to craft your solution. Your solution is not something that you create from yourself and then just give it to the economic buying influence or whoever you're selling to, but you have to be able to extract information and problems and challenges from the economic buying influence typically to be able to understand what solution you're going to be able to sell to them. Okay? Many times I've been in endless sales meetings where I see salespeople that actually try to sell things of what they think people need. It's not what you believe they need, it's what they believe they need based on the problems they're experiencing or the places they want to improve and optimize. So it's absolutely critical that you understand exactly what problems the economic buying influence is currently experiencing from their mindset and how you can then generate a solution from that. Some of the open-ended questions you can say when you're going into one of these initial meetings, or maybe it's an initial phone chat before the meeting, is what challenges do you think you're contending with the most? You know, how do you believe, where do you see your company going in a year? And things like that. You're going to be able to open up the conversation of exactly where that person is trying to drive their company to and what problems they're trying to solve. And then from there, you're going to be able to deliver that solution that they're going to buy. So, getting information. Getting information is a part of that. So, you want to be able to understand exactly who you're speaking with when you're trying to get information. If you're speaking to the CEO of a company, which in all likelihood could be the economic buying influence, the final authority on signing a contract, you don't want to speak to the technical components of the solution typically, because that's not what they do. You want to be able to talk at a higher level and discuss the company as a whole, how the employees are going to feel about the solution, how it could possibly affect the company as a whole, how it can drive them, how they could communicate with other parts of the country where they have other sites, where they expect to grow the solution once it's implemented, or scale it down as needed, things like that. But when you're talking about the technical buying influence, that's where you want to have that technical conversation. Now, you could have technical conversation with the CEO in the presence of the technical buying influence. Usually these two people are going to be in the attendance of the same meeting, but you only want to do that if you're so directed by the economic buying influence, because they're the ones always directing that meeting. They're at the top of the pecking order in that meeting. You need to be able to follow that cue from them, exactly how you need to direct your conversation. But typically you want to have a second meeting with the technical buying influence and then ask them those technical questions. Okay, so that's very important. The main thing I want you to take away from that is that you want to be able to pose the getting information questions based upon who your audience is, okay? Who you're speaking with. Now, there could be some basic issues. What is a basic issue? I hate your company. I'm afraid of change. I've run into that before. Will implementing this solution cause people to lose their jobs? And all those things are valid basic issues. I've definitely heard the one where they say, I hate your company, because you're not going to be able to please everybody all the time. So how can you solve these basic issues? And well, one way, if they say, listen, I sense some hesitation. Is there anything that you're feeling that I need to know about? Yes, I hate your company. Well, I'm sorry you hate the company, but since you've been dealing with me, you have met with me. I have delivered everything I said I would deliver on time and on price. I have proposed a solution that we both believe in and we know that's going to better this company and in all likelihood increase revenue significantly. And you go on justifying why they need to work with your company, and it's because of you, because of what you've been doing, not because of what's happened in the past. Okay? And you're able to just get past that. The other thing is that maybe you can bring some credibility to the table. When you talked about credibility when it comes to these kind of things, that you're able to kind of build that rapport and strengthen that connection that you have between yourself and the buying influence, which is very important. And it definitely helps when you run into a basic issue like, hey, I had a bad experience with your company and I'm not sure I want to do business with you. But if you're able to bring some credibility, like, hey, you know, you're a healthcare company, I have a HIPAA certification, and I've also proposed a solution that meets every single need and solves every problem you're looking to solve, while likely, in all likelihood, increasing your revenue significantly. So, I mean, you're able to give some credibility to yourself with certifications or something else that maybe you're bringing to the table, or a unique strength that's going to cause them to overlook this basic issue in their head. If they're afraid of change, people that are afraid of change, sometimes it can be like trying to remove someone from reinforced concrete, but we have to be able to address those issues with them and understand, if we do run into that, how do we make them feel better about this change, that everything is essentially going to be okay, that their company will continue as intended, and that making this change is not going to dramatically affect their operations. So we have to be able to bring that to light for them. And then if it causes people to lose jobs, we need to be able to talk to those things specifically. And if you do feel that whatever solution you're getting ready to sell and implement, that it will cause people to lose their current position, that maybe you can suggest, you know, those people can be retrained to administrate the solution you're proposing. There could be other things as well that you could do that are going to help possibly overcome this basic issue. Excuse me. But one thing's for sure, that if someone does have a basic issue, you're going to have to resolve it. There's no getting around that, because the concept of you not resolving a basic issue puts your complete deal at total risk, where it's likely not going to close at all. They're either just going to wait or they're going to go work with someone else. So when it's critical that you unearth and illuminate any basic issues that exist. One way to do that, I usually do at closing questions, is I'll say, is there anything that's preventing us from moving forward at this point? If they say, no, I don't think so, fantastic. If they say, yeah, I'm a little hesitant about doing business with your company, or they say, yeah, you know, I'm afraid of change. You know, it's been this way forever. We're moving toward a virtual server. I know you told me all the benefits. So you have to be able to bring those to light. That's one way of doing it. So I highly suggest that you follow all these things and that you're able to implement them, and you'll find that you're gonna be able to go out there and you're gonna be able to do more business. Not only are you gonna be able to do more business and close more deals, but you're gonna get referrals from these people. The rapport that you develop from these people is gonna be like gold, and you're gonna be able to use them for rock solid referrals, or even people that they do business with. And I wrote an article on Whale Hunting 101, and I highly suggest you read that, because it talks about once you land business, that you're able to go out there and successfully get a referral, an introduction, if you will, a warm introduction of someone larger than them that they do business with. Somebody is always doing business with somebody bigger than them, and they always know those people, or have a direct relationship with them, which is what you want. And if those people have a good rapport with you, if they've had a good experience with you, if you've sold them a solution that actually works, that they're happy with, they will actually bend over backwards to help you. So I want you to understand the power of what I'm trying to teach in these two videos. So I hope that helps, and I will see you on the next video.